This is the spot, my sons. Shalom, my friend.
I don't know that word.
It's something my family says. It's a greeting of peace.
You won't find much of that here, I'm afraid.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Yassib.
Yassib, I would offer you something to drink, but as you can see, we have just begun work on our well.
We bought this land from the sons of Him.
For only 100 kesida, can you believe it?
I believe it every time the princes of this land cheat another foreigner. You will cost the day you pay that 100 kesita.
And what do you think would have been a fair price?
0 kesita, 0 goats, 0...
I have 12 sons to work the land, and once we strike water...
You will never strike water. Yes, the recent rain makes the land look lush, but the underground river runs around the mountain, not up it.
Our God takes care of us.
This is Canaan. The gods are not nice here.
We won't be here that long. We are sojourners.
And what are you looking for?
A land our God promised my grandfather, Abraham.
Your grandfather? You ever notice how the gods are always promising us things, but we never really see them happen?
Sometimes it takes generations.
Suit yourself. So, what is this god of yours called anyway?
El Shaddai.
I've never heard of him.
Not many people have, but I think someday they will.
You have no home? Where's your temple for this god?
He has no temple.
So where do you worship him?
Build altars wherever we go.
And you do not carry him with you?
No. There are no carved idols of him.
So he's invisible?
Yes. Well, usually. There was one time he broke my hip.
Oh, no, I've heard enough. Of all the gods you could possibly choose from, you pick an invisible god whose promises take generations to come true, who makes you sojourn in strange places, and he broke your hip. That is a strange choice. Immigrants.
We didn't choose him.
Father!
He chose us.
Joshua, how many more in the night?
Some 300, sir.
Where will you bury them?
Men are trying to dig a trench, but the ground is hard and rocky. With respect, Moses, my concern is not for the dead, but for the dying. Hundreds fall by the day, and for every serpent we kill, another 10 appear.
Maybe we should leave the bodies here, in this tent.
At the rate people are dying, there would not be enough room, even if we stack them to the top.
Then we'll have to leave and find someplace else.
I'm not leaving anytime soon. Too many people are sick and cannot walk.
After today, the only Hebrews too sick to walk will be those who choose to remain so.
Is there medicine in that bronze? You told the people that you would ask God to forgive their rebellion, to heal their serpent wounds.
I did.
Then why are you hiding in a tent?
It wasn't my idea, Joshua!
That is a pagan symbol. You did not ask him if he was sure? Maybe you misunderstood him.
I've learned to do what he says, without questioning. You remember what happened at Meribah.
Just to be sure, we could send a messenger to Ezion Gate or beg for aid.
That pole. Hand me that pole.
The people will say it is a cruel joke.
Let them say that.
Help me understand. None of this makes any sense.
How do you explain the Red Sea? The manna in the coil? The pillar of fire? Joshua, any Israelite who looks upon this bronze serpent and believes in the power of Adonai will be healed. It's an act of faith, not reason. Faith.
The fever hasn't broken yet. It's 5 days now.
He will heal. He always does.
And what if our oldest son doesn't heal? Hmm?
That is why I must teach Abiathar how to make the showbread today.
No, our family share in the secret traditions of Aaron's priestly lineage will be damaged
Yes,
otherwise.
Yafa. I'm aware.
It's yet one more in a never-ending string of curses.
You always thinking in catastrophes.
And you, always thinking it's another sunny day.
Send for the boy. 12 cakes. One for each of the tribes of Israel.
But if the bread is still here, why didn't God eat it, Abba?
God doesn't need food. It's called the bread of the presence because it's a reminder of his presence in our lives. A symbol that he sits at our table, dwells in our midst.
What happens to the old bread?
In the law of Moses, it was written that Aaron and his son shall eat it in a holy place, since it is for him the most holy portion of Adonai's food offerings, a perpetual due.
I always wonder what you and Saba want every Shabbat.
Yes, we come here to eat the bread that has been removed, provided neither of us had lain with his wife that morning.
Don't you lay with him every night, Abba?
That is a discussion for another time. But for now, we must replace this with the hot bread as an offering to Adonai. Reuben,
Simeon,
Levi,
Judah.
Himalek.
Abiathar, go home. Tell your mother I sent you and that everything's going to be fine.
Listen.
Why are you alone?
Where is your protection? The king has sent me on a mission. It said that no one is to know anything about it. I've arranged to meet my men at a certain place.
David, it's my understanding, you and the king are not on friendly terms.
I've been sent on a mission from the king. Please, I haven't eaten in days. And I know my men haven't either. They're in hiding. We could make do with 5 loaves of bread, anything.
I have no ordinary bread.
What about that? That was replaced by the hot
But
bread.
it's still holy bread. You know the law of Moses.
And I know the pikuach nefesh.
Have the men kept themselves from women?
Truly, they have. And always. They've been in hiding at Gibeah, waiting for me for days.
We must be quick. So remember, what I'm about to give you is sacred.
Life is more sacred than bread.
If Zol finds out I helped you, I won't get to keep mine.
I know.
And I'm not sorry. Something is going to come through you. I can feel it. Something bigger, more exciting. I don't know what.
There was nothing bigger or more exciting than that giant.
We'll see.
Our Lord Most High's anointed, King David and his queen.
My king, sir.
Rise. Rise, please. Jeddah, Asaph, how is the peace coming along?
I think we're close, Your Majesty.
I'll hit a work in progress any day. A work in progress is better than no work at all. No progress.
I'm looking forward to it as well. But if I may, where are the harps, lyres, and flutes?
Well, we were trying something new.
Go on.
This is a psalm of Asaph. He wrote the lyrics, I composed the music. And instead of singing and using instruments, the text will be spoken, accompanied by a low hum from the choir.
The human voice. The most beautiful instrument of all. A wonderful idea.
Thank you, sire. My prayer for this psalm is that, like your own songs, it could be a comfort to God's people for generations to come.
This is my prayer also.
May it please the king.
And the king.
Him most of all.
I cry aloud to God, and he will hear me. In the day of my trouble, I seek the Lord. In the night, my hand is stretched out without wearying. My soul refuses to be comforted. When I remember God, I moan. When I meditate, my spirit faints. You hold my eyelids open. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. I consider the days of old, the years long ago. I said, let me remember my song in the night. Let me meditate in my heart. I will appeal to this, to the years of the right hand of the Most High. I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your wonders of old. I will ponder all your work and meditate on your mighty deeds. Your way, O God, is holy. God is great, like our God. You are the God who works wonders. You have made known your might among the peoples. You with your arm redeemed your people, the children of Jacob and Joseph. When the waters saw you, O God, when the waters saw you, they were afraid. Indeed, the deep trembled. The clouds poured out water. The skies gave forth thunder. Your arrows flashed on every side. The crash of your thunder was in the whirlwind. Your lightnings lighted up the world. The earth trembled and shook. Your way was through the sea, your path through the great waters. Yet your footprints were unseen.
I think it's ready.
I see a star.
And if you think I'll fall for that, Eli, you must think I was born yesterday.
Was there a Shabbat when you were little?
Of course. Since the time of the covenant.
Every 7 days. Why so many, Savta?
Shabbat is a time for rest and time to honor 3 things. Family, our people, and God.
Family like Savta and Sabah?
Yes, and you, Ima and Abba, of course. Close friends are like family too.
Who else?
We honor our fellow citizens on Shabbat.
Strangers, Savta?
We are all God's people. Even friends we haven't met. But most important of all, we honor God in all his works. We rest because he rested on the 7th day. We rest to refresh our souls, to know him better.
Woman of valor, who can find her?
This is the Eshit Chayil, an ode to women of valor.
Far beyond jewels is her value. Her husband's heart trusts in her, and he should lack no fortune.
There!
May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh.
May God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah.
The 6th day, and the heaven and earth and all their hosts were completed. And God finished